Hello, everybody. Today, we're going to be having a look into some of the fallout around the red dress. We have had a Daily Fail journalist saying that they have fallen out of love with Megsy since she wore that red dress on the carpet. Like, have they not been paying attention for the last 6 or 7 years? I mean, it's taken the red dress. We're going to be having a look into that. We're going to be having a look into Megsy's reaction to the negative feedback because we've had Lizzy Cundy, one of Megsy's nemesises, also attended the event, the whole event. And Lizzy Cundy was also in a red dress, and her red dress cost less than £300, while Megsy's red dress cost 4,500 shiny British pounds. So there has been some kind of pushback about that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to look into Megsy's cards, see how she's coping with the pushback. As always, I'm using the Barbara Walker Tarot for Megatron. If you are new here, I do identify people in the cards using like zodiac signs. So Megsy is a Leo, so she would appear as the Queen of Wands, and she would also appear as the Strength card because both of those cards resonate with Leo. The Queen of Wands resonates with fire signs as well. The other fire signs, Sagittarius and Aries, of course. While Harry is, he would come out as Knight of Pentacles or King of Pentacles, and because he's and he would come out as well as the Hermit card. So without further ado, let's look into just how Megsy's getting on with the dress fallout. Now, in my mind, that dress got a lot of criticism the first time she wore it, when it had that kind of bouffant thing at the back, the kind of like puffed out trail thing going on. Wasn't a fan of it. Don't like it around her décolleté area. Very weird, I feel. Looks a bit odd. The cut of it around her chest. I don't think it would look good on anyone unless you were exceptionally, like, the way the designer had it. It was a very, very svelte lady wearing it, and the dress wasn't worn as tight as Megsy was wearing it. So it's a kind of strange dress. I guess it's kind of more hipsters, high fashiony kind of stuff. I don't think it's something that anyone I would know would wear, or any famous person I know follow would wear. Couldn't see Catherine it, the Princess of Wales, wearing. But anyway, moving on. Yeah, it's not to everyone's tastes. To be honest, I couldn't even see a Eugenie and Beatrice wearing that, even in their bad old days before Edo came along and a stylist. So especially for Beatrice. So let's have a look. Let's see what Megsy thought is thinking about the dress. Did she wear that dress to provoke because she knew it would get attention? Is she happy about the feedback with her dress? Let's see what the cards have to say about it all. The whole thing was a little bit, I don't know. Death. Okay. She is coming at that event like there is a change coming. It's almost like she wanted to kiss goodbye to the old Megsy and bring in the new Megsy, which she does. I mean, every few months we get a rebrand, we get a relaunch, we get everything. I think as well with the kind of the curly hair that she was going with, it wasn't like curly, naturally curly. It was like straight and then curled with an iron, kind of like what people with naturally straight hair texture would do. Um, it was trying to give like beach vibes, but also wearing a. It was a weird combination. But she's seeing this here with the death card. She's seeing this as a complete restart. This was a moment for her. This was a bigger moment for her. This was a repositioning. It's almost like she was killing off the older Megsy. and moving into something newer, something where she could stand alone and be counted. But she was holding on to that poor woman she was on the red carpet with for dear life at some points. She also tried to reposition some director dude, which was interesting. But that death card is there. It could relate to a Scorpio as well. But let's see what's crossing over it. The Three of Pentacles is crossing over. This is the thing. She really wanted to do this. She's honestly, she's so transparent. I mean, even the cards are just like transparent. I always try to come into these readings with like a really kind of like open mind. There's an element here with the Three of Pentacles in reverse that this is to try and move things forward from the bullying accusations. So look at me, I am by myself, I'm on the red carpet. Look at me just being a girly girl with my recycled dress from a few years ago, with my surf beach ready curls in my hair. It didn't work, to be honest. But there is this Three of Pentacles crossing over, which means to me that she hasn't. What's really pressing on her, because it's crossing over the starting point in the spread, what's really crossing on her is work issues, working well with others, her working reputation as well. It wouldn't be surprised if there is some difficulties either with Netflix or still getting American Beijing abattoir ground if it ever happens at this point, because it's just not going well. There's definitely issues with work there, and she's wanting to have this moment, this resetting moment, to almost like to detract that attention away from that issue and move it onto her in this red dress. What's known about the situation is control. So yeah, she is trying to maneuver things in a certain way. She is trying to control her image. She's really trying to control her image quite tightly. And it's interesting, before I pulled that card, I was just mentioning the whole grabbing onto that lady at the award show, on the carpet at the event. You know, she was very kind of needy and wanting to be in control. It's exercising an exertion of control in a way, isn't it? Now, that Four of Pentacles, when it's in the upright, it's about the flow of material wealth and your flow in your worldly life. Often when that happens, you're kind of grabbing onto something too hard to just kind of like let it travel naturally through. Sometimes people are at risk of strangling it to death rather than just letting it flow through naturally with the Four of Pentacles. It can come before a four. What's underneath it, we have the Knight of Pentacles is underneath. That Knight of Pentacles would be Harry, and Harry is very much on a back burner at the minute. He will come through when I'm reading on Megan as the King of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles, and here in the Knight of Pentacles is the Knight of Pentacles underneath. To me, it very much feels like she's devaluing him. She doesn't really see him as a top priority. Now, we've been picking this up on this channel for a while. In fact, in 2023, I said there would be separation out. They would be further apart in of ways towards the end of 2024. Like they would look like they were living more separate lives. And I was kind of thinking 2025 might be the divorce with that kind of trajectory. She wants him like quietly, like there, but not in your face, kind of there. Let's have a look at what's leaving the situation. The Seven of Pentacles. That Seven of Pentacles, again, she has some serious issues when it comes to kind of cashing out her crop, bringing in the finances, bringing in money. She's constantly doing this kind of waiting game, waiting for the right moment to strike. And then she's got this impulse control that she just can't like help herself. So she's went from kind of pondering and waiting, and she's jumped in straight away with that starting card, with that death card, which shows to me that this is a very rushed thing. Like, this is with a few days notice that she's went to the LA Children's Hospital. Now, I'm not completely up to speed on all of the gossip that's gone on around it. I really am not. But I am thinking that there's definitely a last minute decision, and she's used it to try and reset something. Here we have the Temperance card coming up. Okay. So we're either going to have a Sagittarius arrive on the scene. Sagittarius is in Megsy's life. You've got people like Jay-Z. I think Getty is a Sagittarius. I also believe that the guy from WME is a Sagittarius, but I don't feel like they're on great terms. But there's a Sagittarius energy here. This is kind of like smoothing over. They're going to try and bring things together and let the tides come and the chips fall where they may, but it makes it look very creative and very natural and very flowing. That's what she's wanting to do. Now, this could just be a one-off project. This could just be a one-off thing that goes a little bit successfully for her, or this could be some news around a Sagittarius in her life. So keep an eye out for those things. Those things are potentially what's coming up next. Now, here's the trick. Here's the thing. What is on her mind when it comes to regarding that dress? This is the card we want to know. Okay. We have the Mother. Again. We got the Mother the other day before we got this kind of like this Megsy had a mom moment at the awards and everything like that. At the awards, at the LA hospital events, the gala, I should say, not the awards. That Empress there, she wants to be seen as a mom, having mom energy. Of course, with it being a children's hospital, she thinks she's done great. It really isn't sinking into her. It's quite delusional, really. She thinks she's kind of claiming this whole kind of Diana space, like that's a space to claim. It's a weird way of thinking, and you think, I need this space that somebody else has got. And people don't. You either people are either there or not. You know, people will go to one person and not another. It's life doesn't work like that. But Megsy thinks everything is competition. Megsy thinks if somebody else has got something, it's keeping her from having something, which is kind of it's a poverty of thinking in a way. We have the Chariot in reverse surrounding her. She really wants to get back at William for something. Now, William is a Cancerian, so he would come out as the Chariot because Chariot relates to sun sign Cancer. It also could be the fact, there's two things this could be. It could be Cancerian. Now, we are looking particularly at the royal family. We are looking at the gorgeous William. We are looking at Her Majesty Queen Camilla. Diana, the late Diana, was also Cancerian. Meghan's father, Mr. Thomas Markle, he is Cancerian as well. I don't think, and I know people won't like me saying this, I don't think she really even thinks of him. his use is gone. He is dead to her, and I feel like he died before the wedding, and she just wanted rid of him. Didn't tick all of her boxes, unfortunately, and the way things have gone since then, I don't believe it's ever going to be healed. Not in this lifetime, and probably not in the next. That Empress card there, interesting that there's a Lily of the Valley there. I haven't noticed that before. She really wants to do something regarding Lily. She really wants to be seen as this great nurturer, this great grower, this great life giver. That's the thing. That's why she wanted to be at the Children's Hospital gala. So, oh, okay. Okay. The Ten of Swords is in reverse. So when it comes to this event, she is worried that somebody is going to betray her with some gossip about this event, with some more details about it. We are going to be getting more Meghan soon. Now, like I said, this could just be like somebody from like I'm pretty sure the photographer guy with the 5 head, he's a Sagittarius. It could be some statements from him, it could be some photos from him, it could be something around him, it could be some project she kind of announces that there's going to be a creative flow, and things are going to try and look a little bit more smooth for her. Interestingly enough, the Strength card does have the red dress. I hope we're not going to get another outing of that bloody red dress. If I wish you guys had Guy Fawkes in America, because we used to have this thing called Guy Fawkes, and you have like a penny for the guy, and the kids back in the day, not so much now, they used to dress up basically a scarecrow, and they used to put old clothes on it, and they used to take it around houses and do penny for a guy and all that kind of stuff, and get some money that way, kind of like a extra bit of Halloween, if you will. However, she's really wanting to relaunch herself. I hope she doesn't wear that red dress. You guys need to have Guy Fawkes. Stick that red dress on a Guy Fawkes doll and chuck it on the bonfire. I don't know why I'm thinking of Guy Fawkes. I wonder if something's going to happen around the November the 5th with the Markles. I wonder if something's going to come out around that date. That's an interesting thought. I think that's around your election time as well, isn't it? I think she's yeah, something coming where she wants to make things all about her, because the Strength card is the Leo card. Let's have a look. So overall, she's unfortunately not that bothered. We haven't got too many reversals. She just wanted to kind of do a reset, and she's got everybody talking about that bloody dress now, rather than the bullying allegations. And especially because Harry's buggered off. Let's have a look about Lizzy Cundy there. Is she bothered that Lizzy Cundy was there? Because Lizzy Cundy back in the day, she knew Lizzy Cundy before she met Harry. Now Lizzy Cundy is like a entertainment-y person over here. She was a wag back in. I'm sure she was a wag, wasn't she? A wag? I don't know. She was something like that. Anyway, Lizzy Cundy, basically, Meghan asked Lizzy Cundy to set her up with like some footballers or something. Blah 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 blah. And as soon as Megsy got with Harry, she ditched Lizzy Cundy because social climbers are going to social climb. Um, so what was it like for Megsy to be at the same hospital gala as Lizzy, even if though Megsy wasn't just on the same, on even having something to eat with her? What did Megsy feel about Lizzy being there? The taser. Okay. Lizzy, she don't like you, girl. She wants you backed off. She wants you frozen. She wants you to stay away, neutralized. She wants the carpet pulled from under your feet. She feels like she needs to restrict her of your ability, Lizzy, to access Megan. That's what she feels like. She doesn't want you anywhere near her. You don't. Lizzy Cundy does not figure in Megsy's life path. She doesn't want her. She wants her in the past. She wants her frozen. She wants her gone. She doesn't want her go near her. She doesn't want to make any plans with her. She doesn't want the road to cross again with the road trip in reverse. It wasn't planned. I don't feel like Megsy knew that Lizzy was going to be there. Oh. It's interesting that finances come up. With money comes up. She thinks she's out of Lizzy's price range. There's a bit of an energy here with those cards, with the taser, with the road trip in reverse, with there's a bit of an energy here that makes me feel like she thinks she's better than Lizzy Cundy. A lot better. There's almost this kind of like snobbery energy. Let's see how she feels about the overall red carpet or green carpet or the awards photos or whatever she was doing. Let's have a look. The festival goer in reverse. It's weird. She doesn't even like want to be there. It's not her idea of fun. Like she's there to be seen, but she's not there to partake, to enjoy, to have the experience. There's a thing with like festivals, especially these days, where people go to kind of get the little wristband and say, "Oh yeah, I was at Glasgow this summer. Oh my god, it was amazing." It's that kind of thing and then just getting off their boxes. But she's not. It's not even that. It's kind of like, yeah, I turned up at this charity event and I looked fabulous, and then I went. It's kind of like show up. It's performative. It's pure performative. I don't even think she wanted to go. Now we get the landlord again. This is all about control with her. And there's the gaslight. Oh, Megsy is never going to change, you know. Honestly, this woman is just. There's a level of domineering and there's a level of obsession and there's a level of curating her image. Now, you know, when I go back to talking about her having vision boards, and I think we were doing this at the end of last year, we made a little vision board because Megsy does vision boards. She really does. She's had some success with them. But this is the amount of her magical capability, if you will. The rest's all Doris and people she employs to do stuff like that. She is trying to control things so much. And like I was saying with the Four of Pentacles card, when you try to control something so much, when you constrict it, you actually crush it to death. because you're putting all this pressure on it and it's not coming out how you want it to. The gaslight is in reverse. So it's basically, she thought that people wouldn't be able to see through this kind of big white teeth kilowatt smile and weird cut red dress, but people can like see through it. It's just all show, with the festival goer in reverse, with the gaslight in reverse, people can see through it. The only person I feel like Megsy is gaslighting at this moment, even though she's possibly doing it to quite a lot to Harry, is herself. She thinks she can finesse her way out of these situations, but every turn she does, it just makes her look worse. Ugh. Let's have a look at the LA Children's Hospital. Let's have a look and see how she got there. Why was she invited? How did she get invited? It's a bit of a mess. It was a bit of a blended moment. It was a bit of chaos. Something didn't go right with their plans. They needed her for some reason, or she needed them, because there's a hole here that she has filled. Don't anyone think of the ET finger. Sorry, guys. I know I shouldn't mention that. It'll weird everyone out. That's Lady C. That's what happens when you listen to Lady C. But there's been a mess. There's been a severe mess. Just wanted to make it work, just had to keep it spinning, just had to keep it going, just had to keep it moving along, keep the show going. I feel like they've went from something that was potentially quite messy, so she's been either been added to the mix and wasn't meant to be and created a hole in the planning, or there's been a hole in the planning and she's been asked to be there. So there's two things. With this spinner, the fidget toy, it's to keep things going. It's just to make things move. It's just to soothe the event for some reason. And with the gamer, it was basically, it's just how it was set up. It was to get, it was like a tick box exercise, like going through a level. You have to do these award things, you have to do these gala things, and certain people have to be there to get certain amounts of eyes on you and funding coming through and notice in the press. So I'm feeling that somebody's forced her in there, or she's forced herself in there, because there was a mess at the start. Things didn't go quite as they planned. She's forced herself in there. They've had to look like, but they're trying to make it look, they're trying to get traction from it as well now. They're trying to say, this was a mess, we coped with it, we self-soothed, and we move forward with trying to kind of get back into that whole game of planning and charity and doing all those things that charities need to do to raise money. Let's have a look at Harry's opinion of the red dress. I thought she looked like my mum. I'm going to stop doing that Harry impression. It only entertains me. Let's have a look. Where are we? What did Harry think of the red dress? Oh, he lies. He said he liked it to her. Oh, you little liar. Oh, Megs, you look like $1 million. He lied. He doesn't like that dress. What else? Oh. He's going to have a chaos. There is a time when too many cats turns up. This card is, to me, it is my chaos card, because I've got 3 cats, and 3 cats. I keep saying to Mr. Northey, it's just not enough, but apparently it is. So we're having to go with that. But that too many cats in reverse, to me, that seems like things are going to get out of control. Things are going to get hairy for Harry, and I don't mean follically hairy, because that boat has sailed. I mean, there's going to be some messes. He's going to have to deal with some situations. Interestingly, I feel like he is going to mention the trolling of Megsy around the dress, even though he knows it was horrific, and he lied about how nice it was. With that troll there, I do feel like he is going to potentially say, I can't believe people were so nasty about my beautiful wife and her lovely dress. It was just such a wonderful dress. So you didn't even like it yourself. Okay, I'm going to do one more card. This is quite cheeky, but I'm just going to say, I'm not going to pick on a specific real member of the royal family. I'm just going to say if any of the royal family liked, what they thought of the collective royals, the real royals, the working royals, what they thought of the red dress. Got the microdose in reverse. Okay. So instantly, there's no accounting for taste. Basically, are you off your rocker? Why are you wearing that? That's instantly that. Let's have a look and see what else. All right, holier than thou. That makes sense. Oh no. The Harkles they know there's some travel coming up regarding the Markles. So that could be a further tour in later this year or early next year with the Markles. Or actually, there's 2 things coming up for William and the King, isn't there? There's William is in South Africa and the King's in the Down Under. He's with Australian friends. So I wonder if they know that something is coming up around that time when the King and William are away and the Markles are going to try and do something. That's interesting, isn't it? But basically, with the microdose in reverse, now the microdose is basically like magic mushrooms, LSD, and people take small quantities of that sometimes in countries where, if it's legal, it's not legal here in the UK, I just like to say. So don't rush out and find some mushrooms under a tree and do it. But what they do is they take tiny bits of doses, and it's meant to relieve like depression and anxiety, that kind of thing, PTSD. In some countries, when it's in reverse, that is kind of like you're not taking microdoses, you're kind of, having a bit too much, a bit kind of, seeing the clouds are gravy, the cat is orange. Well, actually, cats can be orange, but usually your black cat isn't orange, so your black cat is orange. There's pink flamingos. running up the walls, that kind of thing. Or emus. But however, with that microdose in reverse, they think she's off her head to wear it. Basically, the holier than thou thing, they think it's, oh, look at me, look how wonderful and mumsy and gorgeous I am. I'm just the most wonderful person. But this is interesting to me. This is very interesting. Those passport cards, those travel cards. It seems to me that there's either a Markle's trip coming up, where they're going to try and launch themselves further, and I don't mean directed to the monarchy, or there's something coming up and the royals are aware of it, and the Markles are going to make a fuss either around the king's trip to Australia or William's New Zealand, South Africa trip. One or the other, or both. There is something coming up with that, and they're aware of it. But that holier than thou one, it's just, that is, and the microdose is just spot on. I like these cards. I like my normal tarot, but I do like the other cards as well. It's nice to have a little bit of a play with the oracle cards every now and then. Can't beat the tarot, but it's nice to have a play with the oracle cards. So, to the answer of the questions is, she hates Lizzy Cundy. She kind of forced herself into the situation. It was very quick. It happened very quick to go to that gala. She's quite happy because it's getting all the news about her bullying allegations out of the way, and it's also making her be reframed in her mind. We don't believe this. The press doesn't believe it. The general public don't believe it. I mean, at this point, there's only about 3 feral sugars on X, and they're probably microdosing, who actually believe she is the second coming of Diana. I think Doris doesn't even believe it. Doris just wishes she was, for the money, to be honest with you. She's worried about stabbed in the back. There's a potential there to get an expose, but that we are going to be getting more Megsy soon. We are going to be getting more Megsy. So there we go. How long have we been talking? My goodness. There's not that many cards to be talking for nearly 40 minutes, is it? Sorry. Sorry if I've bored you all. Thank you so much for being here. If you've made it here, please leave me a little black cat with some stars shooting out of its bottom, because that's our Merlin. If you can hear some weird cat noises in the background, that's Merlin playing. I hope you have enjoyed this reading. There will be some more live streams and things like that coming up this week. And I will be getting back to people in emails over the next couple of days. So please be patient with me. And thank you all for waiting so long for me to return, even though we did have a bit of a false start. But yeah, I'm still taking things day by day, but hopefully there's going to be a live stream on Wednesday night or Thursday night. So keep an eye out for that, for when it pops up, and hopefully there'll be readings in between then as well. So take care of yourselves, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye, guys. Bye.